Actress Jennifer Aniston receiving an equity stake in a small hair care product startup. In return, she will become a spokesperson. We're going to talk right now to Ron Winslow and Elizabeth Holmes, who've been reporting this story for the Wall Street Journal this week. And you met Jennifer Aniston.
We sure did.
Don't get to say that every day. Elizabeth, break down this deal and tell us about the company that Aniston has signed up with, because it's unusual for her to put her name with anything.
And it's a unique deal in its face in that she is receiving equity in the company. So she's not just going to appear in the advertising campaigns, which she also will do, but she's also becoming a sort of a decision maker within the company. They're saying that new product development, things like packaging, those sorts of decisions, they'll sort of ask her about as well. So
and what
she's
is the
becoming
company?
a part of it. So this is this company called Living Proof. They're a prestige hair care brand. They're very pretty small at this point. Annualized sales are less than 100 million. But they have a sort of a pretty fanatical following. I've sort of talked to a couple beauty bloggers. They really love the products. They had this great science that started at MIT that Ron will talk about. So it's an interesting story.
Let's break down the MIT science part, because this is part of what I understand that intrigued Aniston about it. Tell us about the scientists who developed the technology behind this hair care product.
So it's kind of what intrigued us as well, but the lab is run by Robert Langer, who's one of the most prolific researchers and inventors in medicine. And he develops a lot of materials, tissue engineering products, polymer chemistry, kind of pretty technical stuff that is used in drug delivery. He's got more than 20 companies have been formed already that essentially are medical companies that are involved in drug delivery. So he's got this remarkable portfolio of technology behind him that's in these fields, and he's a chemical engineer, and he says, I like to solve problems. This is a pretty interesting problem.
And frizzy hair is a problem.
Frizzy hair is a problem.
And they came to him, and what is the molecule he came up with?
Well, so he sort of, a lot of the technology, the company found one of these molecules under his guidance, and it's called OFPBA. I think I got that right. PMA. Anyway, it's a polymer. It is a particularly effective barrier against moisture. And what causes hair to frizz is humidity.
As we know.
As you know, as maybe I know too. I don't know, I got a little up here.
Yes.
But,
and so he comes up with this, and you all were talking to her, to Aniston up there, as well as the executives at the company. Mm-hmm. How did they get Aniston on board? What's the story behind that?
So it up until now, the company had really sort of relied on its science to sort of get its brand name out there. And then they realized, actually, we need a celebrity involved here. And they went out after not only a celebrity, but the celebrity. Jennifer is known for her hair. She's actually never done a major hair deal in the U.S. So this is a big get for them. So they reached out to her.
Rachel, it's all about the hair.
So they reached out to her people. They had dinner with her. They sort of explained their brand philosophy and how it was different from traditional beauty companies. And she said, I really want to try this product. So she brought the product with her on location to shoot her film that she's shooting right now called We're the Millers in Wilmington, North Carolina. It's an environment she described as 100% humidity. So
I'm from North Carolina, and I can attest to that.
It's a great test to the frizz. She used the product. She really liked it. She also gave it to her longtime hairdresser, the man who created Rachel. His name is Chris McMillan, and he tried it in his salons and was also impressed. And so she said, let's see what we can do together.
And a funny story about the bangs.
Oh yes.
She told us that she had to have a hair piece as part of the movie, as part of her part in the movie to give her bangs.
Right.
And initially, it hadn't been treated or washed with the same product that her hair had been treated with, and so they had to. She said it looked like a Brillo brush that was put on her forehead.
So they had to start washing it.
So they had to wash it with the new product, and so it would
match the rest of her hair.
Exactly.
And it seems like we're seeing more celebrities. Look at Ashton Kutcher. He's a good example of this. Sign on for equity stakes. Obviously celebrities being very smart about how they want to go forward with this.
And I think this is a big deal for Living Proof. I mean, this is a pretty small company, and they're really counting on her to sort of make their brand awareness be exponentially higher. So.
And you all also got a sneak peek of something else with Jennifer Aniston when you were there. Come on, do tell. We're not above that.
Right before we walked in, I got the news alert that her ring had been photographed for the first time, and we did get a chance to see it.
And how big? Come on.
Quite impressive.
Quite impressive.
Quite large,
right.
indeed. So,
all right. Thanks, guys, for giving us a preview of that. Appreciate you being with us.
Thanks, Wendy.
Thank you.